Hello everyone. Today we'll have another look at Bitcoin. I'm sorry that yesterday I didn't make a video, but pretty much nothing happened except this rise, which we actually expected to happen because I was telling you that here we have a lot of stop losses from the short positions and it would be really nice to go in this area in order to collect those stops. So we see this actually happened and we see a little bit higher volume. In fact, this volume is becoming a little bit more encouraging than it was before. So maybe we are close to some kind of breakout, probably to this area. I would hope so. Or another scenario is that this is the point when the traders who are buying here are selling, and if the majority of them will do that, then the price will go to the new correction, a new wave of the correction. I don't think that it will happen personally, because after we did this is actually very close to this area, the major high over here at almost about $11,000, and it would be really nice to go and trigger all those stops which are here, stops and liquidations. So it's very, very likely to happen. Also, you can see that the volume on this candle is higher than the volume on these two candles. In principle, usually it implies that the level is becoming weaker, and more and more often we are trying to test it, the more likely we will break it. So probably we will break it soon, and as soon as we'll do that, it will be a cascade of short orders which would be initiated, and then stops of the short orders. So that will trigger the price moving even higher. And here is the thing. If in this area the price will stop, we'll see a lot of the volume and the price will not go above something like $11,200. And also here you can find the resistance line from the major triangle which we drew here. So if the price will not go above here, this area, or maybe go a little bit higher than this resistance and making a false breakout and then return back, so it's very likely that exactly in this area huge players or the majority of the traders out there are selling their longs collected before. So a new wave of a correction is more likely to happen. But on the other hand, if this will be a very fast move to the upside, then it's very opposite. It's more likely that we'll see the major move to the new high. Maybe we'll break even $12,000 or go even higher. So it will be really, really positive for the bulls. Also, one of the reasons for this pump is, if you know, it was the news from 1x Solid X about their ETF-like product to institutions, meaning that it will not be available for regular investors, only like to banks and funds. And at some point it is good because, yeah, it's always nice to see some development of this space, of the industry. However, I tend to think that this possibility to find a legal way to do this, to make this ETF in a different manner, this possibility actually was known before. So if they were about to do that, why they didn't make it like a year ago? I think that it might happen that they somehow figured out that SEC will not accept their proposal and ETF will be rejected. So at least something they had to do with their plans about ETF. So we will see in the end of October, maybe even earlier about that. But in any case, at least there is some positivity about it. So concluding about Bitcoin, I still remain more bullish than bearish, and although the correction over here is still possible to something like $10,200, maybe not lower. If lower, then we'll see more likely the test of $10,000 and even lower, so new wave of correction will happen. But I don't think that it really will happen. What I think is that we will consolidate in this area. Maybe it's actually a part of the bull flag shown here, so we'll go to something like $11,600, $700 by this bull flag, and then eventually that will set a new base for the continuation of the growth. But still, I would suggest to put our stop loss somewhere below $11,000 just in case, because you know, this Bitcoin, this is crypto, everything can happen. And just a couple of words I wanted to say about altcoins, because I know many people are still in altcoins. They want to see that altcoin season. First of all, this thing on Bitcoin dominance chart, I think we can draw this bullish pennant with the target somewhere around 80. So 80% of Bitcoin dominance would mean that altcoins will have a lot of bleeding. Of course, it's not set in stone. It's kind of second derivative of many products and prices, so making TA on that is rather inaccurate, but still I wanted to share this with you. And I must say that actually this move was rather huge in terms of like the constant increase in the dominance. Altcoins didn't have a strong reaction like it was here, for example, or here. We may be around the point when we would have the pullback. So maybe if you decided that you will not sell your alts whatsoever and you are about to hold them until you will get profits. So maybe here it will be some bright days for you because the pullback from alts finally will occur. What I wanted to show is a couple of the alts which I think may have a potential to grow in the near future. Litecoin looks awful. You see, this is like a free fall. What I do like about Litecoin, there are three things. First, well, actually even four things. First, as soon as we broke this support, you see over here, this breakout was at the low volume. So I don't think that it should be considered as the real one. Maybe it is a fake breakout and we'll see the return to the level higher than this support, which is now resistance. And then after the breaking this level to the upside, we'll make a test and so on. So there is a hope that we'll have a reversal on a Litecoin. Second thing, there is a small bullish divergence on RSI, and also the third thing, MACD is kind of heading to the positive area already for a while, just after we broke this support actually. And finally, as you know, Litecoin often acts in a similar manner as Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin will make an attempt to make a new rise, will go even to a new high, then Litecoin may follow faster than the other altcoins. So that is why I think there is a decent chance for the reversal in Litecoin in the near future. I wouldn't bet on that. I still will stick with Bitcoin. More reliable, is better to take a small leverage position on Bitcoin than in any of the alts, in my opinion, at the moment. But still, there is a chance. And another one which I was going to look is XRP, because again, there's a lot of people who are holding XRP. XRP looks a bit worse at some point than Litecoin because we are far away from this support. We had even some volume when we broke it. But the good thing is that, again, here is some bullish divergence on RSI and price on weekly time frame on XRP. And the second thing is that MACD is actually showing the bullish crossover. So potentially this is actually the beginning of the rise of XRP. I don't think that it will happen, but there is a potential for that. Still, I would say that as soon as we will see the new rise in Bitcoin, probably altcoins will first suffer a lot, and only then we may have some catch up from their side. Okay guys, that is it for today. I must say that from tomorrow I will be in a business trip for a week, so I have to apologize. I will not make videos that often. I'm not sure how many I will do during this week, but I will keep you updated on Telegram for sure. So thank you for sticking around and safe trading. Goodbye.